So I'm going to work through 3 brief exercises, 2, 3, and 4. In the first one, the company, they call it Jack Corporation, is going to issue 2,000 shares of $10 par value common stock for cash at a market price of $18 per share. So our job at this point is to sort of take the information we need here and translate it into a journal entry. So the first question we ask is, well, how much cash do we get? Okay, we go, here's our journal entry, we go 510. We get cash, and cash is going to be the number of shares issued, the 2,000, times the market value per share. Because if it's issued at 18, that's the market value. So we would go 2,000 shares times $18, and we would arrive at the amount of $36,000 cash we got. Then we have to allocate that between common stock, and the common stock, you notice, has a par value. So the amount that goes to the common stock is going to be the number of shares issued times the par value of the stock. So that would be the 2,000 times 10, or $20,000. And then the rest is going to be our paid in capital in excess of par value on our common stock. And that would be 16,000. Okay? So the amount attributable to the common stock, you know, the common stock part of it, is going to be the number of shares issued, the 2,000, times the $10 par value. Okay? The amount of cash that you receive, okay, the cash proceeds on the transaction, is going to be the number of shares issued times the market value, which is 18 per share, and the difference will be the paid-in capital over and above or in excess of the par value on common stock. Okay. Brief exercise 11.3. The Noonan Corporation on June 1st decides to issue 4,000 shares, and you'll notice this stock has no par value. They're issuing it for cash. They're issuing it at $6 per share, and the stock has a stated value of $1 per share. So we go through the same drill here. Okay, this happens on 6/1. How much cash do we get? Well, the amount of cash is going to be the 4,000 shares issued times the market price, so it's at $6 per share. So that would come out to $24,000. And then we attribute to common stock the stated value in this case. Okay, and so the stated value, it's going to be the number of shares, which is 4,000. The stated value is just $1. Oh, we can figure that out. So 4,000 goes to common stock, and then the rest is going to be paid in capital in excess of stated value on your common stock. Okay, so that would be 20,000. All right, so that's the first two. In the third one, this is actually brief exercise 4. I'm sorry if I'm goofing up the numbers there. I'm going 1, 2, 3, and it's actually 2, 3, 4. Okay, so for brief exercise 11.4, this company, they have $10 par common stock actively traded. That's what you look for when it is going to be issued for land. So we're issuing for a non-cash asset. Land is an asset, it is not cash. And that's what we're getting in exchange for stock. We notice that the land is advertised for sale at $85,000, and we know that we cannot use that as a value for the transaction. No list price, no advertised for sale, no I wish it was worth. It has to be, you know, a solid value. So where the stock is actively traded, that gives us a fair market value for the transaction. So here, this happens on I have the 10th of May, I'm not sure if that's what's in the problem. But we're not getting cash, we are getting land in exchange for the stock, so we put land. And what's the value of the land? Well, it's going to be what they call the consideration we gave up, which would be the 5,000 shares of common stock times actively traded at $15. So it would be the 5,000 shares times the $15. So the land comes on the books at 75,000. And then we have to allocate between common stock, and that's just going to be those 5,000 shares times the, okay, so 5,000 shares times the $10 par. So 50,000 gets assigned to common stock, and the other 25,000, this is par value, so it would be paid in capital in excess of par value on our common stock. Okay, so that takes you through the various things involved in issuing stock for cash and for a non-cash asset, land.